The U.S. Supreme Court handed another victory to the Trump administration today. This one stripped temporary legal protections from more than 500,000 immigrants in this country.
The ruling means that migrants from 4 countries, Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela, are now newly exposed to deportation. Meanwhile, the fate of 2 migrants right here in Maine was the subject of a gathering that happened right in front of Portland City Hall today. The men, who are originally from Brazil, were recently taken into custody by law enforcement. News Center Maine's Alex Haskell was at that gathering.
We stand with Marcos and Lucas, and we say, bring them home now.
A plea for justice from the steps of Portland City Hall. Raw, determined, and emotional.
The one image and this might make me cry, the one image I keep seeing in my head is like him being taken away in the dark.
That was the last moment Laura Anderson says she saw her fiancé Lucas Segovia. She explains he and his friend Marcos Enrique were pulled over Monday night in Portland. That stop, over an off-centered license plate, ended with both men in federal custody.
And I felt so powerless in that situation, thus jeopardizing his case.
Anderson says the men were detained due to their immigration status.
Is in good standing with the immigration court. They know he is here.
She says Segovia's immigration status is in process, meaning he's actively undergoing legal review. We were not able to get answers on Enrique's legal status.
I have nothing against the country fighting crime. No, it's not the point. It's messing up families' life.
We stand together.
Family members as well as supporters say the men aren't criminals and are calling for their release.
And I am sad and angry because this shouldn't happen to anyone, ever.
For Anderson, it's not only about justice, it's also about getting her life back on track.
We are actively planning our wedding, building our life together when this situation occurred. The absence of his presence is felt deeply.
She says communication with Segovia has been limited, but her fight hasn't slowed.
We're working tirelessly right now to get a bond hearing put in place for him and Marcos so they can have a day in court.
The families fear both men will be deported and say they won't stop until they're released. In Portland, Alex Haskell, News Center, Maine.
Now, their families say it has been challenging keeping track of their location. They say this morning they were transferred out of Two Bridges Regional Jail in Wiscasset, but were unsure where they were headed to next. We have reached out to immigration authorities for a comment, but have not yet heard back.